Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Got a lot to talk about in regards to PlayStation PC. We're wasting no time. We're getting Returnal out here in less than a month. Super interesting in how Sony announces their games. Like, we had known The Last of Us was going to be coming to PC for a while. I believe it was officially confirmed back in what was it, like July of last year? Somewhere around then, and we're just getting Last of Us in March. Returnal gets announced at the Video Game Awards. Quick turnaround here. The game is dropping on February 15th. We got a lot of new information about the game. PC features, price point, system requirements. Yes, it's gonna be a difficult game to run if you're going 4K 60 FPS ray tracing like you should expect. Not as high-end as Forspoken, actually, at 4K 60, so, you know, take that for what you will. Returnal is a game that was definitely kind of like a second-tier PlayStation exclusive. Bear in mind, this was a game done by Housemarque, which Housemarque is a studio that I personally adore. They've done some fantastic games, but prior to Returnal, they worked on a lot of smaller budget games like Super Stardust HD, Dead Nation, games like that, Resogun, games that weren't like super marquee titles. Returnal, I would say, was a marquee game. It was just a new IP done by a lesser-known studio, but it was a game that a lot of people really enjoyed. Some people found it to be too difficult, but it got a lot of quality of life updates, and you're getting that version on PC right out the gate with a lot of PC bells and whistles. The price point is what it is. You know that Sony is going to be charging a premium for these games. Last of Us is going to be $60. Spider-Man Remastered was $60. Returnal is, in fact, $60. So, you know, a lot of divisive opinions, I'm sure, are going to be had as far as that price point. It's just something we're going to have to expect. If they're pricing Sackboy: A Big Adventure on PC for $60, they're pricing Returnal at $60, bro. That's just gonna happen. Like, you gotta accept that. In the case of Returnal, for some reason, I have a feeling that a game like this is gonna click really well with the PC audience than, you know, it even did on PlayStation, just because it's a super challenging game. That roguelike style of gameplay, I feel like, resonates with the PC consumer base. So that's my 2 cents on it. You guys don't care about that. Let's talk about all of the information. So, a PlayStation blog post along with a trailer was put out, the PC features trailer, that notes Returnal launches on February 15th. So far, not many details have been released on any specific features that will add to the experience and immersion on PC, so let's get to the good stuff. NVIDIA DLSS and AMD FSR have been added, allowing you to dial up your frame rate without compromising on resolution. NVIDIA INIS has also been added for those who want to see an increase in performance but don't have the hardware to support it. Returnal also supports ray trace shadows as before, but now our friends at Climax Studios have added the support for ray tracing reflections as well. This will make the contrast of dark setting and neon bullets pop out even more than before. And something you gotta know about Housemarque is that their games are super flashy. Even when they're working on smaller budget games, those games had tremendous particle effects and were very, very eye-catching. They were very poppy, and they just had fantastic particle effects, and that resonates in Returnal as well. All of this can now be seen in 2 new widescreen resolution formats, ultra-wide at 21:9 and super ultra-wide at 32:9. Think of all of that screen real estate that will be added, that you will be able to take in when you're not in the middle of a giant boss fight, so I'm sure that'll look good. We'll get to the the system requirements in a second at the end. The game notes, grab your favorite pair of headphones to experience the 3D sound of Returnal on PC. Enjoy the award-winning audio and music through Dolby Atmos. 2 3D audio solutions are 5.1 and a 7.1 surround sound, and with custom ray traced audio, you can fully immerse yourself in Returnal's atmosphere. All of this is best experienced on a DualSense controller. You can connect that to your PC, and it's full haptic feedback and adaptive trigger glory. Experience each encounter with nudges and rumbling cues directly to your fingertips, adding an extra layer of communication. Support for keyboard and mouse is also available, along with a wide range of customization options to tailor the controls to whatever suits you. I'm sure you'll be able to play it with an Xbox controller no problem, as that's probably what the majority of you have. Xbox controllers work fine. On Spider-Man Horizon, I've played all those games with an Xbox controller. Okay. System requirements. Pretty beefy stuff here. So, minimum 720p, 60 FPS, a low graphics setting, GTX 1060, RX 580, i5 6400, Ryzen 5 1500X, 16 gigabytes of RAM. I am really hating seeing 16 gigabytes of RAM at minimum. You know, when my main PC is on the minimum of anything in the system requirements, that gets me to buckle a little bit. That gets me to be like, Okay, obviously a RAM upgrade is super easy to do. I'm just lazy as all hell, so, you know, take that for what it is. Medium, 1080p 60 FPS. That's a GTX 1070 5600 XT, i5 8400, Ryzen 5 2600, 16 gigabytes of RAM once again. Next up, recommended 1080p at 60 FPS at the high graphics setting. So this is just taking medium to high. That's all that's going on here with recommended. RTX 2070, RX 6700 XT, i7 8700, or a Ryzen 7 2700X, 16 gigabytes of RAM is recommended. So we're going right from recommended. We're jumping into Epic. 4K at 60 frames per second. This is at the Epic graphics setting. So there is going to be a tier above high. That'll be an RTX 3080 or an RX 6800 XT, i7 9700K 8-core, Ryzen 7 3700X, 32 gigabytes of RAM. Yikes. So, yeah, and then you have 4K 60 FPS with ray tracing, Epic quality preset, RTX 3080 Ti, RX 6950 XT, i9 11900K, Ryzen 9 5900X, gotta wanna vomit, 32 gigabytes of RAM. Look, this is the top tier setting that very, very few people even have a desire to run. Like, I say all this, I literally am rocking a 1440p, a 144Hz monitor right now, so those, I would like to hit the higher end tier. Like, that's just something I like to do, knowing that my PC is hitting the highest end tier of, you know, any game that comes out. But yeah, obviously my PC is falling to the wayside right now. I have a 3080 and a Ryzen 7 3700, but 16 gigs of RAM is my undoing right now as far as not being able to hit these high tiers. Nonetheless, I'm sure at 1440p I'll be absolutely fine. I'm not really that excited to jump back into Returnal right now, but I'm sure I'll check it out. And $60 for the game, yes, it's pricey, but I think a lot of people are going to be super stoked to check this game out. And hey, if nothing else, Sony has done such a great job with keeping the consumer updated as far as system requirements, having multiple tiers, running down all of the features that they're adding. It really seems like they're putting an emphasis on their PC ports. So price point aside, I can think what I want about that. It does seem like they're doing a good job. Like, I loved playing through Uncharted on PC, loved playing through Horizon Zero Dawn, even though that game was kind of a train wreck initially. Now it works pretty well, and been playing that on the deck as well through remote play recently, and like, that's been a fantastic experience. Spider-Man was great, completed that game with the DLC. Miles Morales was really good. So, yeah, we got Returnal in February, got Last of Us Part 1 in March. That kind of concludes the wave of the PlayStation titles on PC that we know about at this point. I imagine, here's a prediction, Ghost of Tsushima this summer. That's my prediction as far as the next PlayStation game on PC. I think we're going to get Ghost of Tsushima in the summer, and I think that'll be a colossally big release. If you do the director's cut on PC, I'm not even going to say what I was about to say, but I think that'll do very, very well on PC. Let's just put it that way. But that'll do it for me. Excited for Returnal. A lot of new information. Looks like another solid PC port from Sony. I know Sackboy did give us some issues, but we'll see how Returnal does. I don't expect this to do gangbuster commercial numbers like a God of War or Spider-Man, but I do think it'll resonate with the PC audience. I feel like a Returnal, the style of game it is, I think it'll click with the PC audience. That's just my 2 cents on that. That'll do it for me. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.